What I want to tell you about is Jesus' crucifixion, not the cinematic version, but the true version of events that took place. We know the suffering did not begin on the cross. It began in Gethsemane with the agony in the garden. Scripture tells us that Jesus was sweating blood, which is a real medical condition called hematidrosis, which is triggered by extreme stress or trauma. Capillaries around the sweat glands rupture, mixing blood with sweat. It's rare and excruciating, and it tells us that Jesus was under such intense emotional agony that his body began breaking down. Then came the scourging. This is when Roman soldiers used a whip called a flagrum, which is made of leather straps with glass, metal, and bone woven in. It didn't just bruise the skin, it tore muscle, tendon, and exposed the bone. He received 39 slashes because under Jewish law, they could only receive a maximum of 40 minus 1. So he received the maximum. Most people died just from this. Medical experts say that it caused hypovolemic shock, which is blood loss so extreme that it makes the heart beat faster while blood pressure tanks. His back, chest, and legs were ripped to shreds. His flesh was torn apart, his muscle was exposed, his nerves were shredded, which triggered non-stop pain. Then came the crown of thorns. They mocked him as king by pressing a crown of thorns into his head. These thorns were not rosebush pricks. They were 1 to 2 inches long, driven into the scalp. The human head is packed with nerve endings, so this wasn't just pain, it triggered migraine level, radiating agony throughout his whole face and neck. Imagine nails being hammered into your skull. That's how deep these nails went. He had agonizing nerve pain from the trigeminal nerve, which is one of the most sensitive in the human body. He had heavy bleeding from the scalp down. He had nausea, dizziness, and disorientation from just the blood loss. Then came the carrying of the cross, where he was forced to carry a cross weighing around 300 pounds for 600 yards, which is the length of 6 football fields, and he was forced to do so through narrow stone streets. After the scourging, he would have been stumbling, collapsing, and barely being able to breathe. His condition at that point, he had no water, he had no strength, raw wounds that were scraping against splintered wood, and he collapsed multiple times. Then came the crucifixion, which lasted from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They drove iron spikes 5 to 7 inches long through his wrists, not his palms, to support his weight. Then through his feet, likely at the ankle joint. This would have pierced the median nerve, causing pain so intense that it's been compared to lightning strikes on both of your arms and both of your legs at the same time. Once lifted, every breath required pulling himself up on the nails, shredding the back, and putting pressure on those wounds. Crucifixion kills by suffocation slowly. The chest collapses inward until the person just cannot breathe. The cause of death. When the soldier pierced his side with a spear, scripture says that blood and water flowed out. That's a clinical sign of pericardial effusion, which is fluid buildup around the heart. So in plain terms, Jesus died from heart failure. His heart was literally crushed, and in every sense of the word, broken. His chest collapsed under the stress. Every breath was a battle, and this is what caused the suffocation. He had dislocated shoulders and torn ligaments from how far his arms were spread apart. He had heart failure due to blood barely moving, and he had severe dehydration with his lips being cracked and his mouth bone dry. This shows us what sin really costs and what Jesus thinks that we're really worth. So he didn't just die for us, he suffered for us. So this Holy Week, let's not rush to the cross or past it. Let's sit with his suffering and remember the price.